Welcome back to The Steady Guys. I'm Chris and this is Mandy, and we are Mile Point 3 Garage. You're used to seeing us restoring 73 Broncos. We have a 74 Bronco, we have an 83 Wagoneer, we have a Jeep JK, a Ford F-150, and we buy cars on Copart as well. We're kind of got a sick habit of wasting money on old vehicles. But today, we're going to be talking about a subject that isn't talked about much, which is gifts for women that are automotive related. So Mandy is special in her own right. She loves automotive gifts. She helps restore all the vehicles we have. She built the engine on the 351 that we're putting in the Bronco to be named later. And she's got a lot of mad skills when it comes to that. I could get her flowers, but likely she wants something that's car related. But not every gift has to be, you know, pistons. Would you like pistons? Okay.
I could use them.
Or maybe a crank. Would you like a crank?
I always like cranks.
But no, you're not going to buy a crank for every one of your wives out there. So if you're looking for a gift and you need it fast, and you're looking for an automotive related gift, we're going to set the house on fire. Watch this all the way through. We have some pretty nice surprises in there that even we didn't know about. And we'll also do some screen sharing so you can see the pictures of that. All of them will be linked below. So if you decide that you want to do something, remember, most of these have free fast shipping. And we also looked for ones that had extremely good reviews, very good warranties, and no hassle returns. So these are pretty safe gifts to purchase. Okay, and number 10 is Fordite jewelry. So if you're not sure what Fordite is, that's okay, because we didn't know what Fordite was either. And looking for gifts for Mandy, I came across this agate, which is called Fordite, and what it is it's in the early part of this last century when automobiles were being mass produced. The lacquers that they were using, they would mass produce these cars and go through these paint booths, and these lacquers would build up and then get heated and build up and get heated and build up and get heated, and it created thousands of layers of colors that were all heat treated together. And for a while they were just scrapping this basically slag that was coming off of the runners and all the metal parts inside of these paint booths. And I guess in the 40s at some point someone broke some of this open and saw how beautiful it was cut into layers, and started to sell it to jewelers to make jewelry out of. It is unbelievable what some of this looks like. It is pretty reasonably priced, and it's got a great story. It's basically recycled paint. The unfortunate part is that it's no longer being produced because modern paint methods are usually powder paint methods or extremely low volume paint, so there's not a lot of overspray. So the only Fordite that is out there is the Fordite that has been basically reclaimed from the last few centuries. Usually, from what I'm hearing, it's like through like the late 70s, early 80s. And you can actually see this Fordite is changing in colors through the years. So early on in the 40s and 50s, there was a lot of really dark colors, white, black, some browns. Then when you get into the 70s, they get really cool, like lime green, orange, things like that. So when you're looking for the Fordite jewelry, look for that. You can see the color changes, and a lot of that has to do with the actual time frame that it comes from.
So I love the idea of it. I'm not a huge jewelry fan, but just the story behind it, coming from an automotive plant, and the uniqueness, and it's rare. I mean, I like vintage stuff.
They don't make it anymore. It's
Right.
not like, it's kind of like gems now. Gems now, sure, we're producing gems now, and some of them are synthetically produced. But this will never happen again unless you go out and buy old lacquers and layer thousands of layers and heat treat them in between, and you're never going to be able to reproduce this stuff.
Right. Like I said, I like vintage stuff.
Cool.
I love
You may get it for your gift.
Number 9 is a Smostal emergency escape tool. It's really, honestly, it's not something I would buy myself because I think it's never going to happen to me.
Yeah, that's a you never know kind of a thing. So I don't think anybody would actually buy this for themselves, or very few people would probably buy this for themselves. But I was watching the news the other day, and a lady had careened off into a river, and the car had actually tilted sideways and started to submerge. And luckily, there were many good Samaritans that were close, swam out to the car and got on the car. But they were having a problem breaking the window, and the car was literally about to go under by the time they broke the window open and pulled the lady out. This is one of those tools I think that is immeasurable, even if it's never used. The opportunity that you have something to get out of a car if you're being submerged, or if you get in an accident or get in a rollover or something like that. It has a glass breaker on it. It also has a car charger on it, so you can actually, or a phone charger on it, so you can actually charge your phone on it. It also has a personal alarm, which is a big deal for Mandy. Mandy likes the personal alarms. I don't know what decibel level it is, and we'll look that up, but it's pretty loud. When you pull it, it's like almost deafening how loud it is.
Also has the flashing light on it for emergency, the red light.
Yeah,
so.
And a seatbelt cutter.
Right.
So it's got a seatbelt cutter. So sometimes if you're caught in an accident, the seatbelt locks, and if you can't get to your, if the door is crushed in, you can't get to where your seatbelt is attached, or
even
if
those lock
some damage, you can pull this. This goes actually in your 12-volt charger adapter, or your 12-volt accessory adapter, or a cigarette lighter, depending on what you have in your car. So it's always there. You can grab it. You can use it. So that's number 9 on Mandy's list. Number 8 is the Rove Smart Charge F2. Now this is a like a regular USB charger that you would see at any convenience store, with the exception of it charges 30% faster than a standard charger does. So you're actually getting almost a full charge on a phone in less than 30 minutes, and that's kind of what they tout. The bigger part of that is it's also an FM modulator. So for cars that don't have Bluetooth stereos in them, and there are a lot of cars out there that do, but most cars don't. Our cars don't.
Wow.
So they don't have Bluetooth.
Right.
So what you can do with this is this goes in your 12-volt accessory port. You can hook up your phones to it and do a fast charge. But you turn the FM modulator to whatever station you want to. Pair it with your phone, turn your stereo on that station, and you get full Bluetooth connectivity without having to actually add any cables. It's a fantastic item. Reading the reviews on it, it was so strong that a car behind this gentleman's car was able to pair in as well, or not pair in, but go to that channel as well. And the signal, the FM signal from that modulator, was strong enough to actually play in the car behind them. So I thought that was a fantastic idea. Your wife's car may already have Bluetooth, but if it doesn't, you can also hook up your phone through it so you can take phone calls and play through the speakers of the car. It's a very inexpensive item, and it makes a really easy, super nice gift. And once you learn to use it, probably won't go anywhere without it.
And like me, I never have my phone charged all the way.
Right. Yeah, and you're not in your car for very long most of the time. Most people don't commute for 2 or 3 hours. So when you got to charge your phone in a car, it's usually a pretty fast 20-30 minutes. This gives you a full charge in that amount of time.
So number 7 is the Colortree A8 heads-up display.
Yes, and so again, newer cars may have a heads-up display. But a lot of our cars that we're driving are old enough to where they don't have a heads-up display. One of the things that Mandy complains about a lot is being distracted while driving. So one of the things that you want to try to do, if you can, is create an environment where you never have to look down and you never have to look over at anything in the car. This heads-up display is super bright color. It's got full color, and it's a small box that goes on top of your dash. And then you can either put this, it's like a small little 5-inch rectangular screen on your window, which is totally clear, you can't see it, or you can leave it off. You can do it either way. The screen helps the daylight brightness of it. But looking at the reviews on this, it got fantastic reviews. People love it. They said it's really easy to see in the sunlight. Many other heads-up displays that we looked at connected to your phone actually, and the display was not bright enough during the day, and the phones would go flying when you turn corners. This is separate from your phone. It actually connects to your OBD2 port. Right. So as long as your car is new enough to have an ODB2 port, you hook it up there, set it on top, and it'll show you the heads-up display. And literally anything that the OBD2 can read, it will show. So it'll show speed, which is the most popular, but it'll also show temperature. It'll show any engine problems that are going on, so it'll put engine faults on there. It has an anti drowsiness mode where if it feels like you're drowsy, it'll set off an alarm. It's a fantastic display. Look at it. We'll show it up here on the screen. But it's very inexpensive, very easy. Just snap it, OBD 2 port, run the wire up the dash, set it on top of the dash, and you're basically done. You can put that little clear patch on there or not, and people love it. I mean, this thing had like 4.7 stars and had over 2,000 reviews. So I definitely think that is in your future.
Yes.
Because this Jeep that she has, the Jeep JKs are not technology hounds. So I think this would be a nice addition to the Jeep.
So number 6 is the Wellcam Smart Dash Cam.
Correct. Yeah, it's a dash cam, and so Mandy isn't like super excited about cameras in the car. None of our cars, not a single one of our cars, has a camera in it. And again, new cars do come with cameras. Cars from about 5 years ago don't. And I've become a big fan of rear cameras and dash cameras for a lot of reasons. Dash cameras is more of a security thing, and I think after looking at it, she has now decided that that is a good idea.
It is a great idea. I mean, because you can use it whether your car is on or off.
Right. Yeah.
So it is a security system as well.
Correct. It plugs into your automotive. First of all, it's all plug and play. So
right.
It literally attaches right to the windshield, right behind the rearview mirror, so you can't really see it. It is 1080, so it's got some high definition displays. It's got night vision. And it actually uses a Sony image sensor for the night vision. So the reviews that it's gotten have been really good from the clarity of the night vision. It's got a parking sensor on it, or a parking mode. So when you're parked, it will actually pick up motion. So it'll turn off until there's motion, then it'll turn on and turn off again. You can set the actual time frame that you want it to take video after the motion. It's got loop recording, which means that even when let's say you only put like a 64 gig card in it, it's going to play through that 64 gig card, and then it's going to start back with the oldest footage and start erasing it. So you don't have to go and pull it and download it and pull it and download it. You can literally just leave it in there until you have recorded something that you need. So you come out to your car in the morning, it's been broken into, you can pull your SD card and you can check and see that video. You drive around for a week, nothing happens, but all of a sudden an accident happens in front of you, or you witness something that was on the front. You can literally pull that footage at that point, but you don't have to keep downloading it, so it makes it really easy to use. But it also has video collision lock. So it is a very highly optioned camera, and it's under $60. So I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, $60.
Totally
Yeah,
and we have older cars, so I mean, none of ours have it on there anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you back that into the driveway and have that camera face down the driveway, and we don't need
ring like everybody else has.
It's crazy. So yeah. Number 5 is the Ado 1000 amp peak car jump starter, and so this is a very small box. The box is as big, a little bit bigger than this phone. And it's got 1,000 peak amps. 1,000 amp battery is a pretty good battery. So this starter, between charges, so once fully charged, can give 3 full jump starts on a normal car. A regular full-size car. So this is something that I, for every year, have thought about getting Mandy as a gift, and never really told her I was going to get it. But then when I mentioned it to her, she secretly told me that she was thinking about getting it for me. So, with us having older cars and old cars,
you never know.
You never know what's going to happen. Even with new cars, you accidentally leave an accessory on, or the battery goes bad, or something crazy happens and the car doesn't start. Having your loved one out there without some sort of a backup device and having to flag someone down to give them a jump start is a little bit tough. AAA and stuff like that, hey, that's all well and good, but those things take time. Having this jump box in there, you can literally pull it out, connect it to your car, hit the button, boom, you're started, and you're on your way. Not to mention, it also has USB ports that you can charge phones on, and it's got a light on it and a few other things. So again, it's kind of an emergency kit, and works well in a pinch.
Number 4 on my list is the Handpresso Auto Hybrid Expresso Maker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
I think it's awesome. I am
Did
all
you know
about...
this thing existed?
No. Well, I mean, not that's going to make it in my car as I'm going somewhere.
That's the point, yeah. So this is actually an espresso maker that will make espresso in your car while you're driving, or in your car when you're at work, or in your car when you're waiting for somebody, or whatever the circumstances are. It's full 12 volt. You plug it into your cigarette lighter or your 12 volt adapter, and it will heat the water up. And then it has a pump on it that you press the espresso out. Looking at it, wasn't really sure. Neither one of us are real big espresso drinkers, but at the same time, we're very dark coffee drinkers. So this actually might be a pretty cool thing for us. At $160, it's more expensive than just the regular Handpresso, which is just basically pour hot water in. It's like a thermos, and then you can press coffee out. So that's a good one as well. Those are about $60, $70. This is $160, but you can heat your water up anytime you want.
Right.
And
I like my coffee hot.
Right.
And to me, overall, I'm saving money and for more things for my cars instead of going through drive-thrus.
Right,
and I just don't have time for that.
Sure, and it gets pretty good reviews. There are a couple of reviews in there that were basically like, they don't know how they drink coffee before they tried this coffee. You do have to buy their coffee pods, but for most espresso, you have to do that anyway. So that's really no different than a K-cup or something like that. But
this will be great when we go camping and we're off, away from everything too.
Yeah, just put water in it and hook it up to a 12 volt source, and you've got instant espresso. Number 3 is the Likulu backup camera and monitoring kit. So this comes with the backup camera and it comes with the monitor. Now, if you already have a infotainment screen, you can usually buy a backup camera. They make this backup camera as well without the additional screen. You can literally hook the backup camera to your infotainment screen in most cases. This particular one that we're talking about, because again, we don't have cars that have infotainment screens in them, would be the all-in-one kit. It comes with a 7-inch screen that you can mount anywhere in the car. And then the camera actually goes right on the license plate bracket. So it's hidden with the rest of the license plate bracketing. It'll mount to any car. It's super easy to hook it into power. And it's full color, 1080 screen. And it comes with a display line. So it's really easy to see the lane that you're backing up into. And I can see us using this not only for you, because it's hard to see out of Jeeps and things like that because the spare tires in the back. There's a lot of blind spots in a Jeep. And, with a pickup, I'm constantly, we had boats for a long time, constantly backing up boats. We have campers now, so backing into a camper, you don't need somebody there, telling you left and right or whatever. You can literally see the hitch on the camera. But for you, I think it would make it a lot better because you're around kids a lot. So you're up and around schools and stuff like that.
Dogs and
having peace of mind of not having something behind you.
Right.
It also has an alarm if there's something interfering with you backing up.
If you're too close.
Exactly. So this particular one got fantastic reviews, like well over 4 stars, well over 2,000 reviews. People absolutely love this. It really stood out amongst the other kits that we were looking at. Right. So I definitely think we're going to be getting one of these for probably all of the vehicles.
The number 2 on my list is the Enjoy Key Finder, which I think is fabulous because I'm constantly either losing my keys or my phone, and this helps you pretty much find both. And also, if they get too far apart from each other, then the alarm goes off.
Yeah. So if you're in the habit of saying that, your keys and your phone should always be in the same space, you can actually set a proximity alarm that if one goes away from the other too far, it'll set off an alarm. And what that is a reminder to keep from leaving your keys at work or your phone in the house when you go to leave. So it has that option. You can turn it on and off. You can set the proximity, all those kinds of things. What are some other things that you like about this?
You can use it on your dogs, your kids, if you're somewhere. Each of you have something like that, so it kind of helps you find each other if they get too far away as well.
It's a finder for anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's a finder for anything. The thing is pretty cool. So this is under $15. Under $15 per unit, but under $15. And my biggest problem is my keys. So when I get up in the morning, I get up really early in the morning, go to work. With so many cars and doing so many things with cars, I'm constantly leaving keys on the couch or in any one of the bedrooms or on a credenza or whatever. I've got 30 seconds to a minute to get out to work a lot of times, and not being able to find my keys is tough. So all you have to do is go to your phone, hit the button, and the alarm will sound on your keys until you find them. I've had, in my place of work, I've had people lose their keys, and it's a big place, and we basically have to turn everything upside down to go and find keys. In this particular instance, all they have to do is hit the button on their phone, and it sounds an audible alarm that's loud enough to hear it from multiple tens of feet away. Would be very easy to find the keys. In the opposite manner, if you can't find your phone and you have the keys, you hit the button on the Enjoy key finder, and it'll actually make your phone ring even if you have it on silent. So you can put your phone on silent and then lose your phone, which is horrible because you can call it from somebody else's phone and not be able to find it. This particular key finder will actually make your phone ring even if it's on silent.
Right.
Now, for all of you selfie lovers out there, which I know there are a ton of, right? You get out there and you put your phone out, and the hardest part is trying to get your finger on the button to get the picture taken. As much as we joke around about that, we are all in selfie positions, especially with our family. This actual key finder, the button on there, will actually work as a shutter button for your phone. So you could actually hold your phone out and hit the button here instead of having to try to get your hand in an awkward position here, or set the phone on a rock and take the picture from far away. So it does so many things. There are more things than it does in that. But for $15, this is a no-brainer. And this is a piece of cake.
Right, and we have a 6-year-old that is getting her license, so that would be a good gift for her too.
That's right. So number one on the list really surprised me. I saw it and I really liked it, but I'm kind of a geek when it comes to car things, and sometimes the silliest things from a technological standpoint are my favorite. But in this case, she chose something that I would never, ever would have thought about getting her. What is it called?
It's called This Works, and it's a vacuum cleaner for your car.
Yeah. Simple.
Exactly, but it plugs in, and it has all these attachments on it, so it'll clean anything. I don't know how many times I've been sitting there, and my daughter texts me and says, "Hey, can so-and-so get a ride?" I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the car, and I'm hurry up picking stuff up, vacuum,
dog hair.
Perfect. Yes, yeah. Dog hair. Always have the dogs in the car with me.
Yeah.
So.
It's 12 volts. It's not rechargeable. You plug it into your cigarette lighter, but the thing that I like about that is rechargeables a lot of times don't have the power output in a vacuum. So this one, you get a full 106 watts. So the vacuum strength on this is from what we see in the reviews, superb. It does have a HEPA filter, so you don't have to worry about dog hair and things like that. The HEPA filters are washable, so you can actually wash these. It comes with a spare, and supposedly these filters last forever. There was a comment down in on the comments said something about how warranty took care of a torn filter. So I think they're wanting these filters to last a really long time. Yeah, and it comes with a carrying case and all the attachments. The carrying case is really nice as well. So you put it in the carrying case, throw it in the trunk. It's really small. In between car detailing, you can actually pull this out and do a quick cleanup of the car without having to go and try to find a car wash, bring it home and get out the shop back and do those kinds of things. It makes it super easy. So when she mentioned that and I started to look at it, I'm starting to geek out on it too. This seems like a really cool item.
My dogs will have many paws and all that, and they come in the car. It not only does dry, but it does wet.
That's right.
So
yeah.
it does
so it's
both.
a wet vac and a dry vac.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and
or spills.
Yeah, when you're camping, which we do a lot of.
Right.
That would be amazing to have something that was hunting. Good grief. Yeah, if you haven't seen one of our hunting videos, you need to go see that. So they're pretty much disasters. Surprise. So
as I say, one more gift.
Yeah, one more gift. So, if flowers will always do in a special occasion, then there's also something called an auto vase. And it is actually a small glass vase that connects to, or maybe it's not glass, maybe it's like some sort of a high impact plastic. But it's a vase that clips to the vent of your car, and you put a little water in it and stick a rose in there or a flower in there, and you have instant flowers for a special gift. So My suggestion is if you do choose one of these other things on the list, or if you don't, go and get this auto vase. It's cheap. The thing is like dirt cheap.
Like
and
a car freshener.
it costs almost nothing to ship it. Yeah, it's like a car freshener, only it's natural. And surprise her. Put a little flower in there for us, and then next time she gets in her car, she's got a little vase attached to the vent with flower in it. I mean, as much as you say you don't like flowers, don't tell me if I did that.
I do.
Would you be surprised,
yes,
though?
I would.
All right, that's good. So the fact that she's surprised, that she would be surprised that I would do that is a little concerning on my part. But maybe I need to step up my game a little bit. All right, and now as a special treat, we're also going to do what we think is probably the worst car gift that you could possibly give somebody. Now, keep in mind, we don't know this product, and we don't know if it works or if it doesn't work. But when we were looking this up, I couldn't stop laughing. But it is a car jack that is a giant inflatable ball that you stick to your tailpipe, and it actually fills the ball up with the exhaust until the car is off the ground. And then you can go and you can work on your car. The first thing I thought was, that is genius. The second thing I thought was, that's a disaster.
Blow your head off.
I have no idea. Maybe, I hate to say that because maybe it's the safest thing in the world. But I can tell you, I would not be underneath that car with that thing. That's pretty crazy.
No.
Hope you enjoyed this. That's the top 10 gifts for your wife or special girlfriend. You know,
any gal in your life.
Right, and a gal. Yeah, any gal in your life. We hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please subscribe. Leave some comments down below if there's something that we may have missed. This was a lot of fun doing this because we fall into the same traps all the time. What do we get for a gift? What do we get for a gift? Everybody drives cars. Everybody drives cars, and almost everybody drives them every day. So a special gift,
right.
Automotive gift for your wife or significant other would be something that they would use every day. So thank you again.
Woo! And that's a wrap from Mile Point Through Garage.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You want me to do it again?
Sure, you can do it again.
Okay.
And you say it is the Samostal Emergency Escape Tool and Charger.
So number 9 is Samostal. What is it? Samostal Emergency
Escape Tool and Charger. You want to hold it?
Okay. Samostal Samostal. Okay. Samostal Energy Emergency. Number 9. Number 9. Samostal Emergency Tool. Escape tool. I can't do this. All right. Number 9 is. I can't do this. Hold on.